Hi, it's Kristen Holloway with Holloway Real Estate Group. I wanted to talk about the seller's disclosure, which is a document that is given from the seller to a buyer when a buyer is purchasing a home. And three major elements within the disclosure that I think are important. The first is HOA information, the Homeowners Association. So if the home is part of an HOA, it's important obviously to disclose that, to disclose what that monthly or annual or quarterly amount that is being paid to the Homeowners Association is. And then contact information so that the buyer's lender or the buyer can follow up and see if the HOA is in good standing, if it's a healthy organization, and those kinds of things. So they sort of know what they're getting into before purchase. The second is repairs. So this is something that, it's obviously a moral obligation that, if there's an issue with the house, it needs to be disclosed. If there's a roof leak, if there's a structural issue, those are things that the seller needs to disclose to the buyer through this document. And then even if there was a past repair that's been remediated, like a mold issue that, was remediated and you've got receipts, it's just important to have that documented so you're disclosing it, the buyer's okay with it, and you move forward. And then the third item is big ticket items. So the age of the systems. This is something that we always recommend to our buyers, during our buyer consultation, and when they're interested in a particular property, we tell them to look at the age of the systems on the seller's disclosure. There are three major systems in particular that we normally will recommend looking at, and that would be the roof, the HVAC, which is the heating and air, and the windows. So those are the three most expensive items to replace in a home. And so it's good to know that if they're all old, then you're going to want a budget to replace those things. But if one is updated, then you know that that's one thing you don't have to worry about in the future. And of course, if they're all updated, then you're that much more ahead of the game. So those are the three sort of key components of the seller's disclosure. There's a lot of other things within that, but just wanted to highlight those three. And as always, if you have questions, you can reach out to us at any time. Thanks a lot.